Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Gogeta's final destination on his tour of Red Zone. After this, we're going to be taking units into the Shadow Dragon event once we've done the Vegito Blue video. We do have one rotation straight away. This rotation isn't too bad of a start. I can only imagine this rotation is going to start pretty much the same way the rest of them does, which is we pop off some super attacks, hopefully more than one. And then off those couple of defenses raises, he should be tanking Cooler Army for double digits. Of course, if you were doing like a proper run through this, not necessarily, I mean, you could definitely have Gogeta on rotation, he's that good. But, you know, say for example, you had a full stack team, you could easily slide him onto slot 3, have him stacking up the entire time, have him also, actually I was going to say building up his passive. He's not going to do that until he gets the blue, which, considering he's on the first rotation, we're not going to have blue till we get to Cooler Core, so he's going to need to build up while there's a lot of damage coming his way, but at least we do have type advantage. There's the double, like to see it. No 50% defense raise because we didn't get no 18 keys, so 2 30% raises on the 12 keys. Should be enough. Yeah, double digits. Yeah, cool. And we are being super attacked. Okay, this might actually do some damage. Like a bit. Okay, more than a bit, quite a lot. Again, that's kind of to be expected, you know, he's not in blue. Again, he didn't even raise his defense by 50% once. That would only have made so much of a change or so much of a difference, but kind of to be expected. But as I was saying, you know, if you want to kind of avoid stuff like that as much as possible and not relying on the additional supers, you could always slide him into slot 3 and then utilize that 70% chance to dodge while you're stacking him up and while you're raising his defense for the, you know, by 50% for the turn and 30% on the additionals. Just to, as I said, keep him out of harm's way a little bit more. But of course, we're not bitches. We ain't going to do that. He's going to stay on rotation with us. Do you know what? Actually, I was going to pop a Whis. Do not need to do that. Because we have Birdcoo's Revival ready. And we can actually trigger it probably this turn. Because Birdcoo's not going to have his guard, so he can stack up at least once, which is nice, which is good, going into Cooler Core. And then we can still get him to die to trigger his revival. Bang, plan comes together, you love to see it. Those are the things we love. Or we might actually die with Gogeta Blue if he doesn't dodge. That's if he gets super attacked. If he doesn't get super attacked, we're good. Bird could be the one to die and we can get a stack up. That's if he doesn't dodge. That's if he doesn't dodge this. Okay, yeah, we're dead. I mean, that's fine. It's fine. You know, we missed out on one stack on Birdcoo. It would have been nice to have it, but it's not the end of the world. We keep moving. We keep trucking along. But one also decent thing about having Gogeta on rotation, on the first rotation, is we can get that turn 4 transformation ASAP. You know, if he had popped up on the second rotation or he was floating, you know, we would have to wait at least 1 or 2 turns into Cooler Core before we got him into Gogeta Blue, which is not the worst thing because of the type advantage and the fact he can dodge, but you know, you want him at his best. But we keep moving. The Whis, actually no, the Whis isn't active anymore, is it? Oh no, I didn't even use one. Ha, silly me. Do I need to use it? Yeah, no, do you know what? I'm actually going to use it. So for now we've got Birdcoo on rotation, which is great. Reason why I've used the Whis is just because the gods no longer have their guard, and we just about have over half of our HP, and with the fact Cooler Army can super attack us multiple times, you know, if the gods got super attacked, we could potentially die, and the same could be said for Gogeta Blue. But considering once we get Gogeta Blue out, which of course turn 4 is next turn, so his first appearance on Cooler Core, he's going to transform into blue. We're going to need to build up his passive, which as always is going to be very easy for him to do because of the built-in additional chances he does have. And then type advantage, and his attacks are effective against all types anyway. Really? Have you got a problem against Gogeta? Like, are you trying to bully him? Only 105k, so with the 50% defense raise and a 30 and a Whis, does obviously tank quite a bit better. But damn, Cooler's got it out for Gogeta right now. Why? What's your beef, bruh? Do you want to relax a little? Trying to show him off and you're out here trying to bully him. Like, what's your problem? thought you just hated all Saiyans, but nah, for some reason you hate the Don that fuses together. Right, cool. Call of Core, here we come. Of course, we've got Angel Gogeta Blue, Angel AGL Gogeta Blue transformed. And the one thing that is going to be very nice that we're going to have on, well, next turn when Gogeta Blue does transform is we are going to have his guaranteed dodge for one turn, which means Call of Core won't even be able to touch him. This is fine. Type advantage still has his... I've actually forgotten. Is it guard or is it damage reduction? I think it's guard. I don't know how I forgot that. I use him so much. I've just kind of forgot which one he has. But yeah, I was going to say with his guard or damage reduction, type advantage and a Whis, Gamma 1's tanking that for nothing. But yeah, that guaranteed dodge, like this is the one red zone stage where you're facing the hardest part. Like Call of Core does 1.6 million. Yeah, we have type advantage, but Gogeta doesn't have that much defense compared to 1.6 million on a super. The type advantage does help a bit, but you know, that's absurd. This is the one red zone stage you can actually utilize the guaranteed dodge once he transforms into blue. Like, I'm not saying it's useless on the other red zone stages and phases, but if you think about it, Broly's one of the longer ones. You get it on the AoE phase, yes, it does help, but then, you know, you have types advantage and Broly's hardest hitting phase where you don't get to utilize it. You know, against the Mega, you're probably going to get it out earliest, Shadow Dragons, or just about going into the Shin Shenron phase. Actually, probably quite useful there, a bit more than the final phase, because of course the Mega has the KO super. But, you know, even so, he does more damage in his final phase. Cell Max is the only one you have it like on his hardest phase no matter what. And Call of Core is like that hard hitting that you actually get to utilize it, as I said, fully where it matters. So I'm actually quite a big fan of that. I actually like how you get to fully, you know, use Gogeta Blue's guaranteed dodge where it would be the most useful. As I said, it's not like it's useless everywhere else that I've mentioned. Like, it does help, you know, but this is where it's like it would be considered the most important. Do you know what I mean? I said this is one of the hardest hitting phases and stages in the entire game, and we have guaranteed dodge where Gogeta Blue for literally a whole turn is untouchable to one of the hardest hitting enemies in the game. Big fan of that. Big fan of that. Really? Can we get another one? I was gonna say, are you actually gonna go this turn without hitting a double at least? Could have got a triple if that second one was an additional super, but is what it is. Yeah, like, look, like, you just, like, it's just, don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Like, your super's been wasted, bro. Like, I actually love the fact you get to fully utilize that here. Like, bruv, you look stupid right now. All that damage and you can't even hit me with it. Love that. Okay, let's transform these ones. I'm gonna pop a Whis. And then we're gonna do this. Really annoying. Actually really annoying. I couldn't save the orbs for, like, the blues, but it ended up working out. We managed to hit the 18 key on both of them and get a couple rainbow keys for this. Not a lot, but enough. But yeah, no, I'm a big fan of that. I'm a big fan of that. You know, even if he did appear on the second rotation or like he was floating, we'd still get to utilize that where it mattered. But, you know, you want to get Gogeta Blue out as quick as possible, which is why having him on the very first turn is helpful. So you can get Gogeta Blue out ASAP. You can start building up Gogeta Blue's passive with all the additional supers. So he has as much defense going in against Call of Core as possible. And so you're doing as much damage as possible and getting those defense raises for 3 turns on the 18 key super. So this actually worked out really well for him. Like, really well for him. Okay, so we no longer have the dodge. AGL Gogeta Blue is sealed, but that doesn't really matter. We also have the active. We have the active. I'm going to pop it. I'm not going to have the animations on just because we've seen his twice at this point. 14 million crit! He's not even built up! Bruh, he's attacked 3 times. He's not even fully built up and he still slapped him for a 14 million crit. Nah, that's ridiculous. I'm actually going to pop him in slot 1. I'm gonna, because we have a Whis active, I want to see how much he tanks before he supers. Again, he's not even fully built up yet. How much he tanking? Couple digits with the Whis. And he's not even fully built up or done his 3 turns of stacking defense. 12.8 milli attack stat. Caller Core's done. That 14 mil crit though, ridiculous. That is dirty. 8.9 mil crit. Oh, you got a little smidgen of health left? Doesn't matter. Get mollywop, bitch. Move the fuck over. Honestly, it's a joke, right? Like, that's one of the hardest hitting enemies in Dokkan. And Gogeta Blue made him look like such a pushover. Honestly, these units have probably been the most fun I've had with just units in general for a while. Like, I'm not saying those other units weren't fun to use, but these have been the most fun I've had on a unit. These year 5 EZAs. Gogeta Blue absolutely melted him. Now, VB won't have type advantage, won't have attacks effective against all types, but he will have guaranteed supers. So that is the main thing in his corner for this. But Gogeta Blue made Caller Core look like a walk in the park. I cannot wait to try these guys out in the Shadow Dragon event. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Once again, who is your preferred EZA Blue fusion? Is it Vegito Blue, Gogeta Blue? For whatever reason, let me know down in the comments. And I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care, have a good rest of your day. And peace.